Today on the channel, we return to the WWE Ultimate Edition with one of two Ultimate Edition reviews going to be here in the next week or so. We're looking at the Final Boss Rock Ultimate Edition on Way I Got It Figured.
The Way I Got It Figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured, back with another WWE Ultimate Edition review. Actually, it's been a while since I've done an actual Ultimate Edition review. Most of the ones I've been doing have been elites. But we got the Final Boss version of The Rock. We picked up the elite version a little while ago, and that figure is pretty cool. But I knew, when they did the Ultimate Edition version of the Final Boss, I was definitely going to get him, and we got him. So he was on the WrestleMania or SummerSlam. I can't remember which one. Whatever the recent mailer that they, that they have at Walmart, he was on there, along with Zamboni, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who I also have. So he's going to be here coming up in a bit. I mean, he's here now, but the review will be in a bit. I think we have one we got to do before we get to that one, but it's coming. I'm not really on like the super quick time schedule for doing these things because I have a lot of lines to cover. It's always been something of a problem. But, we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to focus on The Rock. So The Rock came back a couple of years ago as the character dubbed the Final Boss version of The Rock, where he's like kind of a heel, Vince McMahonish, Mr. McMahonish version of The Rock because he's on the TKO board that owns WWE. So he has a lot of power and influence. And of course, we know behind the scenes there have been actual power struggles between him and Triple H and a bunch of crap going on. But I love this version of The Rock character. And, I think it's cool. So I definitely wanted to get at least an elite and an ultimate edition of them. I don't know that I'm going to get every single, final boss they ever do. For example, there's a basic. I'm not going to buy that one. But I definitely got this one. Certainly wanted it because it comes with the People's Championship that he was walking around with. This time, I think, what was it last time? Last year when Cody won the title, he had it. So there's that. And we're going to do what we always do. Get into the packaging, get them out, do some comparisons, get you out of here with some final thoughts. So we've got The Rock Ultimate Edition. It's very similar to other Rock figures, as you will soon see. He's got some head sculpts in here. I think they're pretty cool. They're different than any of the ones that are on any of the other Rock figures that I have. And he's got his Final Boss outfit with a bunch of hands, and of course the People's Championship that has no, bearing on anything. You got The Rock on the side, Rock on the side with a picture, and The Rock as the final boss with his People's Championship, your tail of the tape. And you got a little blurb there. The Rock returned to WWE with his sights set on the undisputed WWE Championship when Cody Rhodes stuck his nose in The Rock's business. However, the final boss made Mama Rhodes a promise that he would beat her son on night one on WrestleMania. I don't even know what WrestleMania is. 42? 47? I don't know. You know what WrestleMania it is, just say it in the comments. But, you know, the one from last year. I lost track after 20 something. 6'5", from Miami, Florida, rock bottom, WWE champion, the People's Champion. And he has a People's Champion belt that doesn't mean anything. So he's got the same outfit, of course, as you can see, but he doesn't have sunglasses. And I don't, I hate when they do that sort of stuff where they want the things to be accurate, but then they don't go all the way with it. One of the things, I mentioned in the other Rock video, the final boss, is that he had on a gold Rolex, but they didn't give the figure a watch. Like, they're just leaving little things out. And it is almost impossible to find a watch. Now, I may be wrong, but I don't see it in here. I don't see sunglasses. So to really get the look, you probably need to get sunglasses from another WWE wrestler. I believe this one had sunglasses. Not this one. The Elite had sunglasses. I'm gonna have to go back and watch my own video, which I almost never do. But anyway, let you look at the package. We're gonna get the Rock out and check him out. All right, so we've freed the Rock from his plastic prison, and he indeed comes with everything that you can see in the window box. So there's nothing hidden or anything like that. Basically, no sunglasses. But he does come with a ton of hands. So he comes with 3 extra sets of hands. Chief among them, I would say, you get the, not always seen, just bring it hands. A couple of fists and 2 pointing fingers. Then you get your portraits. We might have seen, this one might be the same. It seems like it's a little different than the other Ultimate Edition, but we'll have to compare it. It's very similar. And you get your angry, screaming Rock. Maybe he's in the sharpshooter or something. I don't know. Maybe he's doing the sharpshooter. Either getting beat up or something. And then, of course, he is smiling on the figure. And you get the People's Championship with the Brahma Bull on there. He sort of walked in with his own title that has no actual significance. And then you get his kind of like tracksuit vest dealio that he was walking around with on, on WWE programming during the build up to WrestleMania from last year. And the vest, of course, you got your final boss on the back. That's pretty cool. He is, in all other respects, wrestling Rock. And of course, he has his tattoos, his Samoan heritage tattoos on both arms. So it's a actual modern Rock. Has all of the articulation of your usual WWE Elite, which basically includes butterfly joints, the kind of somewhat better ab situation, kicks, doesn't really kick back too good. You got toe articulation as well, being in the WWE Ultimate Edition. Looks up pretty good. I almost feel like if he's going to be smiling, because it would be disingenuous, I almost feel like if he's going to be smiling, he should have the sunglasses on, because it's like kind of a disingenuous smile. It's not like, good guy Rock, I guess, if you want to call him that. But it's an extra portrait. You can swap them out. They definitely make it easy for you to customize Rock figures to a degree, especially ever since he went bald, cut all his hair off. But yeah, there's that. I guess what we'll do before we put his outfit on is we'll compare him to some other Rock figures. All right, so for comparisons, first up we will bring in the Elite Rock. I believe I did a review on this figure, and this is Rock from maybe 10 years ago. He still has his Brahma Bull tattoo on his arm before he got it removed and covered up or whatever he did with the Samoan tattoo. And of course, he has the goatee. And it's certainly a serviceable Rock figure. Doesn't have the butterfly joints. It's an Elite, so it's not a terrible figure by any stretch. In fact, I think Elite is the standard baseline for WWE figures. So he's a great figure. Then we've got the previous WWE Ultimate Edition Rock. And this one, I guess this is like kind of in between. So he has the Brahma Bull tattoo, but not the Samoan tattoo, but no goatee. But he is practically identical other than the shorts, what the color of uh the wording in the Brahma Bull on the back of his shorts. But it's pretty much the same figure. And then last but not least, we have the Final Boss Elite. And of course, this one has all the correct tattoos and the original vest before he actually had Final Boss literally on it. And this one's doing the people's eyebrow. So right there, you've got, customization, switchability. I believe this one does come with sunglasses. I need to find those. I don't know where they are right this second, but I believe it does come with sunglasses. So yeah, there's that. But they do look good together. Like I said, for customization purposes, you now have a bunch of things to play with. If you have other Rock figures, you can do different things. The only thing that's going to make it difficult is if you don't have the Samoan tattoo for Final Boss current day Rock figures. Still, there's plenty that you can still do. All right, so next we're going to get the Rock geared up and check him out that way. All right, so I borrowed the sunglasses off of the Hollywood Rock, who I also did a review on. He actually came with sunglasses for sure. I know because they were on his face. So I borrowed them, and I think he's gonna be permanently donating these to the Final Boss. And yeah, that's how we're gonna roll with that. It just looks better to me with the sunglasses on. This is an outfit figure in a sense, so I want the outfit to be complete. But yeah, that's how you do it. So I think I can go on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on WWE Ultimate Edition, The Rock, Final Boss. Yeah, I said the other one was exactly what you want with a final boss, but this one is, the ultimate edition version of that. It's even more what you want. I think they did a great job with it. I wish they included some sunglasses, but what are you gonna do? I do have other figures that come with sunglasses, so we'll figure it out. But this one's probably just gonna keep these. I think this is the way I want to display it. So that's gonna do it for this one. I'm gonna give this figure I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I do think the lack of sunglasses really bothers me, so we're gonna give him a 9. But the slight knock is just for the lack of sunglasses, and I gotta go into my collection and add sunglasses to the figure. Other than that, chef's kiss. Okay, that'll do it for this one. Again, got more WWE coming, so be on the lookout. And yeah, see everybody on the next video. Till next time, everybody stay safe. Happy collecting. Peace.
The way I got it figured.